I'm Carmen from New Leaf Designs, and if you've seen my previous videos, you'll know that I have been trying out my little I-cord knitting machine, which I got years ago at a charity shop for €2, and the packaging is so cute. And so I-cord is when you knit basically a very narrow tube, and it is used as edging for shawls and blankets, but of course you can also transform thin yarn into thicker yarn so you can use up your stash quicker, which of course is a very enticing idea for me this year, which is my year of stash. I have spent a couple days winding one ball of yarn into I-cord yarn with this little I-cord knitter, but it took me, whoops, there they go, it took me so long, and I needed to divide the 100-gram ball of yarn into several smaller balls. I couldn't keep going because, yeah, you have to check out my previous video for that. So I wasn't able to continuously go on transforming a 100-gram ball of yarn into I-cord yarn. And I have several ideas of what I want to make with this I-cord yarn, but I know I have so many ideas that I really want to make them, but I don't want to do all of that with this little I-cord knitter because, yeah, it wasn't going as fast as I wanted. So when Caydo reached out to me again to see if I wanted to try their electric I-cord maker, I said yes, obviously. So I've previously reviewed Caydo's electric yarn winder. If you haven't seen that yet, check it out. And I do have a link with a discount code, so you can click my link and use code Carmen, all in caps, for 15% off, and that goes for any of their products. So let's actually unbox this because it is such a huge box. I really wonder what is in here because I don't think it is just the I-cord maker. So let's see what's in here. And last time I forgot to say that, so Caydo, the company, is named for the 3 women that founded it. So that's Crystal, Ada, and Yao. They also have an acronym which I really like: Craft Anything You Dream Of. I really like that, and I forgot to tell you that last time. So let's open this. Okay. Ooh, no! No! They tricked me! I'm not supposed to have new yarn this year. Ah! Uh-oh. Oh, it is really cute though. Okay, we will talk about this in a bit because this is my year of stash, and I'm not buying more yarn this year, and no new yarn is supposed to enter my stash. So we will no. we will talk about that later. Okay. Oh, we've got a big crochet hook, 15mm crochet hook. We've got pliers. Yeah, some pliers. Okay, I wonder where that will come into play. And what are these? They're like plastic caps. If I did not have any context, I would say these go on the end of shoelaces. But okay, we will see. What is this? Some metal wire. Okay. Ah, I think I know. Okay. Okay, we'll chat about that later as well. And here we have the I-cord maker. What is this? Okay, so the I-cord maker and some stencils. Do you see? What's the idea? Oh, so cute. Look, it's a cat. Okay, this is really cute. They kind of look like those neon signs. Oh, okay, I see what's happening. I see what's happening. Okay, let's actually open this. So the I-cord knitting machine. Ooh, I got the purple one. Automatic knitting, simple and efficient, not easily tangled. Okay, right. So full disclaimer, I got this from Caydo for free. They sent it to me in exchange for a review. And I was so blown away by their electric yarn winder that I thought, yeah, why not? I mean, and I've had so many ideas of what to do with I-cord yarn that I now really, really want to do that. I mean, I've had this idea of making jumbo knitted cushions because I really like the cushions and blankets and other home decor that you can make out of roving, but of course that pills a lot and it pills very, very quickly. So unless your living room is like a showroom, it won't stay pretty. But so I thought if I make that out of not roving but I-cord yarn, then it won't pill as easily. It actually, I think, maybe won't pill at all, but we'll see. So I have tons of ideas, which I really want to do. Okay, so we have our little booklet, and you can already get an idea of how it works. So it is very much the same, I think, technique as the manual I-cord knitter that I have. But of course there's a little motor on it. Oh, okay. We get a crochet hook with a needle eye on the other end. Can I pull this out? It's purple! I love purple. Ooh, okay, so pretty. Oh, there's an on-off button here. And this is probably to make it slower or faster. Oh, you can, okay. If I turn this, then the needles inside turn. Okay, so maybe that's for doing things manually, right? And in here we have the power cord, some weights, more yarn. A screwdriver and the needles. Okay, perfect. So we have some weights. With any kind of knitting machine, you need weights to pull your work down so that it doesn't get caught up in the needles, so that it runs more smooth that way. And I think these, you can push them, and I think they kind of go over the I-cord. So that is really handy. So you can adjust the weight with one hand. That is really handy because the one that I have now with this little thing is a weight on a hook, which also, it works really, really well, but I can see how this one is even better. So we get a tiny little screwdriver, always handy, and the knitting needles. And oh, they are oily, which is good. You want, for my knitting machine, I need to oil it every once in a while. So it's good that these come with a little bit of oil on them. Okay, so let's see. Again, they have a very helpful QR code to a video. And it says, if the hook is jammed by yarn, turn the knob, may cause the hook to twist. Okay, I don't understand that yet. So we will have to just think they might mean the crochet hook. Okay, so you can use the I-cord knitter for fine, light, and medium yarns. So they say sport weight, baby, DK, light worsted, Aran, but it's not suitable for bulky yarns, fluffy yarns, wholly, or too thick yarns. Okay, yeah, I think it should fit within the needle. I think that's the most important thing. Okay, so again, the machine has a clamp that you can use to secure, and that was the same for the electric yarn winder. And I do think, so this can obviously turn, but here, this is where the I-cord will come out of. So I think you'll have to attach it like this so the yarn can move out freely and not like this. Yeah, so with the knob towards the table, thread the yarn through the hole, draw it all the way through, and you can use the crochet hook to assist with threading. Yeah, because it can easily move through. Okay, so can we thread out here? Don't know if I can clamp it here. Okay, I might have to move to my desk. I just noticed that it already has needles in it, so these are actually replacement needles, which is even better. Let's see, we've secured the machine. So I'm just checking. Okay. So it goes clockwise, and electronically it only goes clockwise, but manually you can also turn it the other way. And on here, not sure if you can see that right now, but there are 2 arrows on it, and one is just an outline of an arrow and one is a fully colored in arrow, and that's the direction that it will go in electronically. So we also want to prep our machine that way. So I'm using this crochet hook / needle to thread the machine, and then we want to open all of the needles. I am going to tension the yarn coming out from the bottom, and oh wait, we want to do this clockwise. So we want to thread 1 needle, miss out on the second one, and then do the opposite needle, because otherwise it won't work. And that's the same way with my other knitting machine. So it says that here in the booklet. So you turn the knob that way. Here you can also see that this arrow is colored in, and that's your correct direction. So you want to catch the yarn on needle 1, then miss out on needle 2, and then go to needle 3. So you want to do them opposite, the opposite needles first, miss out on the 4th one again, and then you can just continue. And you can try to catch the yarns on all needles first, but it won't work. If your I-cord machine doesn't knit, that's because you haven't alternated the needles when you first started. Okay, so I think that's about enough to get started. So I'm going to put the weights on, and it's actually very impressive that the weights hold on just the yarn end. I suppose that with very thin yarns, you might only be able to put the weights on after you get the I-cord out of it, because otherwise your yarn might just be too thin. And I'm just going to use the crochet hook to get it through this second weight. All right, there we go. Oh, I forgot to thread it through there. Oops. Okay, this is working very well. And it doesn't have any more tensioning units, so you either unroll the yarn yourself, or you can use a tensioning unit from the yarn winder, for instance. And then when it gets long, I just push the weight and move it all the way back up. There we go. Okay, so remember what I said about any kind of knitting machine will need weights pulling on the work in order to make it run smoothly. Well, I think I pulled up the weights a little bit, which meant that it wasn't pulling on the work enough. Which meant that it slipped off of 2 needles. So I think I'm just going to cut it here and see where it has dropped stitches. So I'm just going to take all of the weight off. Okay, so what to make with it? So I've got some ideas saved on Pinterest, such as this cute knitted bow or this Easter bunny. I could very well make that with this pastel blue, but look at these. Aren't they the cutest you've ever seen? I really want to make one of these, but I want to do that with another color. So I'll make something else with this blue. And Caydo have given me some stencils that, you know, if I wanted to make this flamingo, I guess I would just kind of trace it and see if I would have enough. I definitely have enough because I have a lot. And then to use this metal wire to kind of put that in there and bend it into shape. And then I think these things, what I thought were like shoelace tips, I think they go over the wire to keep it from poking out and to keep it from being so sharp. So I think that's gonna be really fun to give a go. How freaking cute is this? This was so easy to make. I used the stencil, and I do think, because I did it in the wrong order, so I think I should have traced the paper with the metal wire, bent it into shape, and then put the I-cord on it, because I put the I-cord on it first, and while I was bending it, the I-cord, you know, it stretches, and it just made it a little bit more difficult for me to actually bend the wire. So I think if I would do it again, that I would bend the wire first and then add the I-cord. But look how cute! I never have Easter decoration because I always think it costs so much time to make something for just a weekend. I mean, I do have a fair bit of Halloween decoration, and that's just one day, but that doesn't matter. We're not talking about my excess of Halloween decorations. I now finally have something for Easter, so I can put this against the window or on the wall. You know, maybe I can put a little nail in the wall and then hang this up. How cute would this be? So I already have tons of ideas, and of course, like baby names, like I can make one for my nephew, I can create my business name in lettering. So cute. So many ideas, so to be continued. talk about the yarn. There is 428 grams of yarn, and I've been thinking about how I'm gonna do this because if you don't know, I'm doing a year of stash for 2025, which means that in this year I'm not allowed to buy any yarn, ask for any yarn, or that yarn enters my stash in any other way. So we have this yarn and I've decided, and I've thought of several options. So either I take this yarn in my stash and my total of grams that I've used up until now, which is about 1,400 grams, I take this 428 grams and, you know, take it from that number. Or I use it all and don't count it for that total, or I give it all away. And I need to do that by the end of this month. So that, you know, because at the end of each month, I weigh off my projects, I see how much yarn I've used, and I tally that up. So by the end of this month, I need to either have gifted this away, or I need to have used it all, or I need to subtract it from the total amount of yarn I've used so far this year, which of course I do not want to do, so. So yeah, I'm gonna figure out a way of doing that. You will get an update at the end of the month. It is now April 7th, so I will have some time to think about it. I do have some fun ideas in mind. I also have some friends who want to learn how to knit, so maybe I can use this yarn before the end of the month. But yeah, we will see. So far for the Caydo I-cord knitter, I'm really pleased with it. It's of course so much easier to use than my wind-up yarn I-cord knitter, because this, you know, it works in the same way, but here you push a button and here you have to keep turning it. And I wound 100 grams of yarn into I-cord over the course of 2 days. It took me one full day, well, you know, most of the day I spent winding I-cord, and one full Lord of the Rings movie the day after. So it's about a day and an evening that I spent winding up 100 grams, and it was not fun to do after a while, and especially because this one, it kept dropping stitches after a while, so that's why I needed to divide it into several smaller balls instead of one big 100 gram I-cord ball. And I've marked the needle that dropped the stitch with just a marker, and I just tried it again, and it was that needle that dropped the stitch. So I probably just need to replace this stitch and then it would be better, but still I would rather make the I-cord and be able to do something else with my hands at the same time. So that's why I really appreciate this one. I've got so many ideas now that I really want to do, like the little I-cord vase that I showed you. I really want to do that. This is just, it's igniting my creativity. So keep your eyes open for more I-cord knitting projects coming your way, because it is happening. And yeah, I love it. It's easy to use, and especially with the metal wire, it's so easy and quick to create something. I don't know if I've ever created something out of yarn so easily besides a pom-pom. So yeah, highly recommend. And if you have any ideas of what I could make with more I-cord, please do let me know. I already have a lot of ideas, but if I'm always open to more ideas, so tell me in the comments, and yeah, tell me if you would want to try it out. And again, I will post my link below to Caydo if you want to shop one for yourself. And I have a coupon code Carmen, C-A-R-M-E-N, all caps, for 15% off. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.